JagTiger here with a video this time of the JagTiger on Live Oaks. Happened to be top tier for a change, so I expected I wouldn't need to use any premium ammo, and I can actually maybe be a little bit of a bully in this situation, because the JagTiger does actually have some pretty substantial frontal armor, but the main key is, of course, that fantastic 128mm cannon on the front of it with 560 average damage backed up by fantastic accuracy and very high penetration with a very quick reload for how much damage it deals. And I am raising the gun and going straight over to, at this point, I'm going to go to D1 and start out there just as a safe starting point. Don't want to push it out too quick, too fast with this thing, and I am going to hug the map edge just in case one of the light tanks makes a break. Like, for instance, their Tier 7 wheeled French scout car, as I'd call them. And as soon as I know that the Hotchkiss is going to be where I expect him to be, then maybe I'll sit here for a second and then move into the city. That's my game plan at the point right now, because my team really is going to need me to help out heavily. Because as of now, we have one Tier 7 medium and two Tier 7 heavies going into the town. And that's not going to be a good fight for them. So I will pause here to knock this tree over just momentarily. See if I can't get in any kind of sneaky, easy shots. And already, there's their top tier heavy, the Object 257. I cannot leave him alone in there with the Tier 7s for too long. And then there's an Oni as well. So I definitely need to get in there. So my plan to try to look for an easy shot early isn't going to amount to anything. And I do see our T-32 decided to come on into town. That's going to help out quite a bit. Now, I personally don't find this corner of the map to be very useful. But I can't allow my lower tier teammates to just take the brunt of everything, as our IS-2 is already out of the game. Because having as many guns still surviving is important. If nothing else, then gives the enemy something else to shoot at other than me. But I need to get here. I'm going to get on this edge specifically, because I have shots. And there's if you look in front of me, I came to this corner particularly. There is a little entrance to this building ahead, right next to the cars. My gun's almost aimed at it a couple times there. That almost covers my lower plate. And with my lower frontal plate covered, I'm free to take shots, and they're not going to have great shots at me themselves. And I can sit here and aim where that IS-3 is, and the Oni, and the JagTiger's gun is going to deter people greatly. I'm going to poke around, and I had a oh no moment here. There's a T-95, but because of those little shrubs there in between me and him, he doesn't spot me. I get a free shot expecting I'm going to be spotted. So I work over to the edge, and he still doesn't spot me. Those little shrubs are keeping this massive tank destroyer unspotted. Now, as you can see, our south force is just falling. They're falling apart fast. So now we've got to do something here, and I've got to try to save as many of my teammates in this area as possible. And unfortunately, that's not proving to be a easy task. Our heavy up here over on the edge, he's pushed into the IS-3, which is not a smart move. I've got to get in there and help. I have to. And so I cross here. I've got to try to save him if at all possible. I need some help, because the one issue, JagTiger's got a great frontal armor profile, great gun, but it is turretless. There's another 506 damage shot into him. T-29's doing what he can, but he shouldn't have pushed up into this corner. Now I got to try to get in here, and unfortunately I can't get in there fast enough to save the T-29. but I do at least need to push in to the IS-3, and I can easily penetrate him straight through the roof. That's a weak spot on him, as you see there. That huge gash right into his roof. That's a weak spot on the IS-3. That's one reason why I will never think that that's a very good vehicle, even despite everybody else loving it. The little hatch there, it's not really a hatchet, but it's actually the real-life mounting location for when they install the gun into it. Now, I'm going to see if this T-95 is going to be baited, and he actually does drive around. I'm going to be able to reload, and I'm already aiming into his side here, and finish him off. Now, that's one of the most dangerous vehicles left. Unfortunately, both teammates that were with me died. Now, I had to be careful because they both died, and they both died at the same time. So, that T-28 prototype and also the Super Hellcat are over here. I start to think, maybe I can outspot this T-28. I'm nearly full health, so I could take a hit if I had to, but there's no point in that. If I push back, because that Super Hellcat could be coming after me. The worst case scenario would be that I get double tracked by both the T-28, the artillery, and the Super Hellcat gets around behind me. And then if I die, this game may be pretty much over at that point. Because for me, I actually really like my T-28 prototype, and I would respect it completely against the T-44. That would be a very, very hard matchup for the T-44 to win. T-28 prototype has very good frontal armor, has a turret, has a very hard-hitting gun. So instead, I'm going to go around the buildings, and I'm suspecting he's still up there to my 11 o'clock right now in the trees and the shrubs. I run optics on my JagTiger. I should be able to spot him, and I do. Now, he gets a hit into me, but I get a hit into him. The Super Hellcat, as you see on the map, he was actually coming after me. So they were setting up for an ambush on me, as I suspected. Now I'm turning around, finish off the T-28 prototype. Now we're in a good situation. I got the T-44 coming, and he should be able to catch at least one of their artillery over there on the eastern flank. Now I just got to be ready, weather the storm of artillery, and be ready for that Super Hellcat. I'm backing down here into the low ground. And while it's going to hinder my mobility, being in the swampy ground, because it does actually slow you down and make you turn slower, the Super Hellcat's going to have to try to come down to get me. Which means I should be able to face him. He's not going to be able to get past that T-44, who at this moment spots one of the artillery. Now, I'm not even paying any attention to that artillery. I'm like, okay, that T-44 should have him. Well, it's like plot twist. The T-44 completely blows this. I don't know how he does it. And I'm looking at it, I was like, wait a minute, is this guy actually not going to kill the artillery? Because in this engagement, there's no way, unless the artillery shotguns him point blank, right off the bat, the artillery should be dead already. I'm like, come on. And then I see, okay, the Super Hellcat finished off the T-44, not the artillery. So, that means the Super Hellcat doubled back, and he went over there to A0. And he didn't get spotted when he fired and killed the T-44. And, by the way, the Super Hellcat's actually a very quick tank destroyer with a turret, and if he's firing premium, which he happens to be, it's actually got very good penetration as well. So fast, stealthy, with a turret, and with a dangerous gun. Now, I'm not going to go. I have plenty of health. I can easily take a beating here. But I decide, you know what? I'm going to be sneaky. Even if I'm a humongous tank destroyer, I am going to go around the long way. And here we go. I catch one of the artillery out of position, not expecting me, And boom. Down he goes. So now, they know where I'm at. At this point, though, it's a narrow corridor from the railroad tracks down to the water. I take a blind shot because that's where I suspect he killed the T-44 from. And it's worth a shot. But I'm reloading over to high explosive. I can nearly one-shot a Super Hellcat with the high explosive on this. And if he's taken any damage at all previously, I would definitely be able to finish him off. And I'm suspecting the enemy M12 artillery is going to be back here as well. So we're going to take a look. I'm almost positive one of the two are back here, if not both. But the Super Hellcat has been showing that he's been proactive. So he could have easily moved. He could actually be flanking around down by the central portion of the lake and coming around. I did find the M12 here. And here he goes. One-shotted. Armor piercing or high explosive is going to take care of him. So now, Hellcat didn't fire at me until now. There he is. Locking onto him. Boom. That was a nice hit into him. And now he's trying to run. I am staying up here on the tracks. I know he's not going to crest. There's no way. He's just trying to build up some speed and get around. But unfortunately, he made the huge mistake of getting down into the water, which is going to bog him down. And now I am guaranteed. I feel like as long as I don't make some really crazy mistake, I'm going to take the hit, finish him off, get my Top Gun, and go for just a victory ram. That is, of course, a victory. And Ace Tanker, Top Gun, didn't have to fire a single bit of premium ammo, so I made a bundle of credits, even got a few bonds there. Got the Pascucci's for killing the artillery, the high caliber for the most damage, and the Top Gun for the 6 kills. Take a look here. By far and away, highest on damage, highest on experience. Very, very nice result to a very nice game in the JagTiger. This is Mungus Jake saying I hope you enjoyed this. And till next time, signing off.